What's up, guys? We're Daybreak. My name is Mari. We're going to be talking about some recent news. We're going to call it Daybreak. It's kind of a new thing that we're starting, and we're going to start by introducing ourselves. So again, I am Mari. I am the oldest.
I'm Nana, the second oldest.
I'm Kaito, third.
I'm Kang. I am the fourth oldest.
Hi, I'm Colleen. I'm not the oldest.
And I'm Lena, the youngest.
Yay!
So, in NCT news, we have a hashtag called Protect Chenla trends worldwide because fans asked SM to protect Chenla from stalkers and sasaengs. And pretty much the context behind this is, it was revealed that the sasaeng fans took numerous photos of Chenla and posted them on a social media and a Wix site. And it seems like SM's not really doing anything about this situation. They're kind of silent, and lots of fans on Twitter are trending the hashtag Protect Chenla because of all the things that are happening.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
As someone who is a Chenla stan, and I actually helped with this hashtag, SM is horrible with helping out their artists with sasaengs. If you haven't noticed, EXO, Super Junior, Girls' Generation, Red Velvet, and NCT, all of them and other groups have been targeted by sasaengs hardcore to the point where they're called during V-Live, and you can see it, and they've called them out personally, and SM doesn't do anything, period, okay? Like, here's the thing about Chenla most importantly. He doesn't live in a dorm with NCT Dream. He lives in his house with his mom, which is even worse because his family members are getting involved. Not just other members, but members of his family. And people have been stalking him since he was probably like, what? When did he debut? Like at 13? No, not 13, sorry. 15, 14 maybe?
The younger teens.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, back in 2016.
Right. Yeah. And when it comes to sasaengs like that, like you bring up EXO, I remember there was an incident where Chanyeol specifically called out a sasaeng on Instagram because she tried to run him over and was like trying to block him off. And he publicly shamed her on Instagram, and SM didn't do anything. Nothing recent with Super Junior, but I know over the years, they've gotten phone calls, like during interviews. Their lives have been threatened at like fan signings and that kind of stuff. And it's crazy. And we hear about like having it going on with NCT and then BTS. And there's a lot of very famous sasaengs out there.
Yep.
Okay.
There's even the situation with TVXQ that happened back in the day of like near-death experiences.
Yep, and then because I remember one specifically, a very famous sasaeng put glue in Yuno's drink.
Yep, that was it.
And this is supposedly the same sasaeng that messed with Ladies' Code.
Oh,
was that even confirmed? I actually don't remember that.
It was confirmed.
Oh, that's not good.
The one that was involved with the car accident was involved with the glue.
Yep.
Which means that person was acting in an extremely malicious way with intent, not like with intent, like, oh, I love you, like that girl Chanyeol. I'm not saying what she did was right because she was in love. What she did was completely wrong. But that person had the intent of hurting the girls and the guys involved, which is 100% wrong in its way.
So. Yeah, definitely.
Another thing is invading an idol's privacy is just wrong. Like, they're human too. If you're the reason why these idols go out into public with masks on and hats and very like things that hide their distinct features is they don't want to be interacted with. It's not that they don't love their fans, is that they're terrified of these people.
People that could be a real harm to them if they ever do find out who they are based on like their mask and hats and like all the things they have to cover up. And
then a lot of the times their company will ask the fans, hey, the group is taking a break. Do not interact with them in public. I've heard these similar statements from JYP, YG, and Big Hit all in the same year.
Speaking about JYP, another trend that was hashing this week was Protect Nayeon, or We Love You Nayeon, mainly because Josh, the infamous Nayeon stalker, literally made a video, yesterday, about how, I don't know how you feel about me. Can you please contact me and tell me how you feel about me?
Wait, that was yesterday?
Yeah, literally.
Because I remember about a week before, he sent out a video saying he was gonna go to Korea recently, and he was gonna go.
Yeah, I remember that
looking for Nayeon, going to the actual JYP building.
Yeah, he literally talked about, oh, I don't want to go back because of quarantine, because he wants to go to wherever Nayeon's old areas, like Cheongdam or something like that. I can't.
Isn't he another infamous sauce? Haven't we heard about him doing this?
Yeah, throughout the months.
Not snuck, but he got a seat on the same plane next to Twice, and thanks to that, Nayeon posted on Twitter saying, "Can you please leave?" or something like that. I can't remember, but it was something about her being extremely uncomfortable. And Josh literally was like, "Oh, this is fake." She posted it on the Twice Instagram story about she wanting him to leave. And he was like, "Oh, it's the manager." No, she's definitely uncomfortable with you trying to find information about her and trying to talk to her. Of course you got tackled, I believe. Tackled by the bodyguards. What did you expect? You're an infamous stalker. Everyone already knew about you, and now you're on the plane with her, and you're trying to get her letters. What else are we gonna do? Just let you slide? No. And now he's like, oh, what they did was wrong. I know she loves me. No, she doesn't. If she loved you, she would have contacted you and said something. But no, she literally writes, "Please get away from me. Please leave." Sorry about my water bottle. It was stuck with my wire. Please leave. Please leave Korea.
Doesn't he have a kid, a family?
No, he doesn't.
I thought he did.
That also makes me think where it's if you say you love and protect these idols, why are you trying to why are you being creepy? Why are you trying to them or harm them?
Mm-hmm.
Their sayings don't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
They think in their brain that it's just that no matter what, getting their attention of the idol is the best, even if it's bad attention as well. It's kind of how how people these days get attention for bad clout, basically. I guess do dumb things, basically. This is kind of what it is. I guess the same mentality. I can't.
No, it's even bad publicity is publicity. That's
basically it. I was trying to say that.
So in Day 6 news, Day 6's J speaks about JYP's entertainment alleged lack of promotions for him.
Which we have known for so long.
Yeah, because I honestly, we know that Day 6 is not that being promoted well enough compared to their brother and sister groups Twice, GOT7, or even ITZY, for example.
I mean, to be fair, for their last album, one of the members actually wanted to take a break to recuperate his mental health, which I give JYP a ton of props for, letting their idols kind of take a break, like Mina did in the way when they were going on their world tour, Twice's world tour, and I understood that, and for that reason, that Zombie wasn't promoted as much as it should have been, but in terms of Jay's sort of individual efforts to produce music on his own and release his own singles, those ones are obviously just not being put out there at all. I don't know whether it be something to alleviate the focus off of their other the bigger groups. Stray Kids just made a comeback, obviously. It's supposed to have a comeback this month from what I heard, and stuff like that.
I feel overall though too with JYP, they have a problem with promoting their boy groups as they do their girl groups.
Oh yeah.
And, that's just been seen from 2 p.m. Miss A days, 2 p.m. Wonder Girls. 2 p.m.'s promotions were all downgraded during Wonder Girls and Miss A promotions.
Well, and did anyone else notice that GOT7 promotions kind of fell off the map?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Any promotions, period.
Who all didn't realize that Not by the Moon was a thing until it came out?
I didn't learn about it till a month later.
Yeah, I didn't see it until a while.
They didn't promote Lullaby that well either.
I mean, I know they did a couple variety show appearances for Not by the Moon, but aside from that, they didn't really like tease anything all that much.
At the same time, Jackson was also doing his solo stuff.
Right, yeah.
Which also was not promoted by JYP for whatever reason.
Yeah, what is it? Jackson just had a comeback too, but the only promotion I've received is like I'm in that like text subscribe for his like notifications for his solo debut. So that's the only way I found out Jackson has a new song that just came out.
Well, and same thing with Monsta X. Like I only know about Monsta X debuts or comebacks because of their texting service, because they're not as promoted either.
See, the thing is like Jackson stuff, it's like a lot more like Western focused, so I'm thinking it's like under a different production company.
It is.
I didn't know that Jackson came back with 100 Ways until literally 88 Rising promoted it. I didn't know 100 Ways was a thing until I saw it. I'm like,
well, and there was another song that he did with 88 Rising, which is called I discovered that one at work because that one was on the CD, and I all of a sudden heard Jackson, and I turned around and I'm like, oh my god.
I feel like JYP could do a lot more to help other artists that aren't Twice and aren't Day6, because those two are the front leaders for one, the Korean market, and one, the Western market. If they help Day6, like everyone knows who Day6 is, and they all love their songs, but if they promoted them a little bit more, maybe they could be on Stray Kids level in the Western world. Or maybe not even, I'm going to be honest, not on Twice. And then another thing about JYP is not only that they don't have their artists apologize for something so crucial, like I don't think that Twice ever apologized for their Jihyo's Native American costume from last year. I don't think they said anything.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Like, she had scars on her body and she was saying little chants. I'm gonna be honest, that's not right. You guys know how much I love Twice. You know, like I'm a Twice
hardcore Twice fan.
Yeah, like sometimes it doesn't matter like who it is. Like if it's wrong, then you gotta call them out for that because it's not right at all. Because they don't have like the privilege to say anything they want just because like they're that like a popularity, you know.
Right, and another thing is if you're calling out your idols, like call out your faves. They're not like, don't put them on a pedestal. Acknowledge what they did wrong and hope that they grow from it. If they don't grow from it, maybe they're not worth standing. But if they acknowledge their mistakes, grow from it, and don't do it again, then obviously they're a stronger group and their company is behind them 100%.
In EXO news, Kai is reportedly preparing a solo debut. And a lot of people are very excited for that because it's been like 8 years since his debut, and he's finally debuting as a solo artist along with Baekhyun, Chen, Suho, and Lay. And
by Baekhyun.
Since Pretty Boy with Taemin and Kai, I knew Kai would go solo.
I was kind of expecting Kai to go solo first.
Yes.
Yeah,
he was a fan favorite.
After the vocal line, it was like kind of like, who's gonna go? Yeah.
Who in EXO debuted solo first?
Chen, I believe, then followed by Baekhyun. Official, it was Chen first.
Do we count Lay?
Well, Lay's in the article, so.
Do we count him?
But Lay's solo debuts were China and America based.
That's also true. But yeah, no, I personally was thinking that Kai was gonna be first because like as a vocalist, he's very powerful.
Because what is it? There was a Chen solo, a Baekhyun solo. Xiumin's done stuff with like on SM
Station.
Thank you. Chen Yeon Sehun subunit.
Mm-hmm. They're also coming out.
Who was also making a comeback.
Yep.
EXO SC is finally coming out with a full-length album for their comeback this time.
And Suho's just out here being rich. That's it.
Chilling in the military for now.
Man, bring him back.
Baekhyun just announced his enlistment.
Yeah, he did.
Isn't it like in December or very late in the year?
No, he's leaving in like a month.
Let me check.
A month.
I enjoy his solos so much.
Who's solos? Baekhyun's?
Baekhyun's, yeah. He's my EXO bias, so that's why
I double bias in EXO, and it's China and Baekhyun. And trust me, Candy is what did it.
Candy was that song that just hit like instantly.
Yeah, City Lights, the whole album for Baekhyun, Chase
So pretty.
It's
Loved
so
it.
beautiful.
but Candy as well.
But at the same time, wait, but is Baekhyun really leaving in a month? Because isn't Super M also having words of comeback?
Is it?
I didn't hear about Super M.
I thought that was a rumor.
Oh,
It was a rumor.
It was a rumor.
Because I heard from another group chat of mine that his enlistment is in like a month or two.
Okay.
Props to Kai for finally getting it.
Yep.
Like, he really deserves it. Like he honestly, like
boy.
Like I'm surprised he hasn't like lashed out to like kind of in the way that some idols kind of take it to Twitter sometimes. Like and like say like, oh, I wish like you guys could hear like some of my songs or whatever.
See,
he's very low key about it.
Yeah,
Kai
I mean, like, he really
like
stuck it out.
Jerk.
He really stuck it out.
Kai looks like a smug jerk. He looks intimidating, but he's a huge teddy bear, and he is one of EXO's biggest fanboys and supporters. He's
adorable.
One of the softest. He looks like a Ken doll.
What do you guys think, like, the type of vibe Kai's album would be? Because I'm getting, like, Taemin dance focused still.
Same.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's definitely going to be dance focused.
Yeah, do you think, like, a darker concept, or...
I think he might. I don't.
A darker concept is what SM would put on him personally, because with the outfits that they make him wear in like "Don't Mess Up My Tempo," "Obsession," I feel like they're gonna do that to him. I don't think he can fit. Well, SM probably doesn't think that he can fit like the lighter vibes such as Candy.
I mean, I'm sure he'll have like a ballad in the album, like in the mini album, but like the
sounds like a top track.
The top track, the title track, it's gonna be like a edgy sort of.
It makes me wonder if he's gonna do like his album or mini album is gonna be similar to like maybe like hype up like dance songs, kind of like Jopping, and then like smooth and dark like Obsession. Like Kai could go a lot of ways. I can kind of see him do something like Candy.
Yeah.
I kind of. This is what my opinion, but I kind of want to see Kai do a retro concept. I don't know. I really feel like I think he fits it some reason. Like when I look at him, it's like kind of fit that retro vibe, I guess.
Especially that one Gucci ad I saw on Instagram. It's like, yeah, he can probably fit in that kind of concept.
Just don't throw him in dreads again. I will kill SM.
Yeah, no. Wow, that's a whole other topic.
That's a whole other topic for another day.
So in J Park news, he says that he plans to retire from the music industry once again.
Isn't this like the third time? Isn't this like the third time?
Yeah, it's like the third time. I swear, like, I don't know. It's like I feel like in a way it's just a way to get people to like buy into
Jay's having
like,
a midlife
his retirement just so that they go all out during his like next tour or something.
Jay's having a midlife.
That all I want to do is not popular anymore, and that not many people like his newer stuff.
And he also has gotten a lot of backlash about appropriating Black cultures.
Oh yeah. Oop.
And that's why no one wants to listen to him. I'm being honest.
And it's like and then when he supported to Black Lives Matter, like, yes, thank you for doing that. However, you still haven't apologized for these things.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like an Amber Lou situation.
Oh.
Yeah, it's also another topic to talk about later.
Yeah, but what is it? J Park technically said he wasn't coming back to Korea when he left 2 p.m. And they came back like within the year and set up a company. And then they said, "Oh, I'm gonna retire," like last year, and then now he's saying he's retiring again.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't know how to take him seriously.
Yeah, well,
Jace,
the key to taking J Park seriously, don't.
Yeah, he took it on Instagram saying that just some stuff that he was just gonna retire early and also stuff like that.
Jay's having a midlife crisis. Let's talk about that.
Whatever, just take your money and run, dude.
Yeah.
Like I love his music. I love the artist under his company, of course. It's just that Jay's an interesting character, if you want me to say that.
His music definitely gets me going in the club, but like bruh.
Like his music is like I got it. His new music is like okay, not my favorite, I guess. But
I mean, his choreo though, like the choreo to his songs.
Okay, 1 Million does really well. Love them.
I mean, that's kind of how I found out about some J Park's music as a 1 million, to be honest.
You know, the thing is, like, I share a birthday with J Park, so it's just so funny sometimes.
Oh my
But
god.
is J Park, just a question, is he saying he's going to retire from the industry as in he's no longer going to make music? Or is he saying he's going to retire as in give up AOMP as well?
He's retiring from the music industry.
Yeah, that's what... Okay, so then he's probably going to still be a CEO then.
Yeah, he'll still probably be CEO and, like, you know, mentor other people below him.
Yeah.
He'll just stop doing new music.
Yeah.
Because he also on Asia's Got Talent.
Yeah.
He was a judge.
For a little bit, yeah. I don't know if he's still on it, though.
No, he's not, no.
But I think he wanted to try and do more variety shows and that kind of stuff, too. Or at least key back into the Western market, too.
Because he's not allowed any. Because Korea does not like tattoos.
I mean, with tattoos, I feel like they're starting to become more lenient, but not as.
No, it's still pretty taboo. Like
hard no.
What is it? A lot of the younger generation have tattoos in Korea. Like, you can go on Hongdae and go to like 6 different tattoo shops. But I would say I never saw someone over like the age of 32 with a tattoo while in Korea. But under 32 was common.
But it's gonna take a while for it to be widely accepted.
Yeah. It's understandable, but at the same time, newer ages gotta, you know, I don't want to say this as an insult because I don't want to offend people.
I mean, it's just a changing culture, really.
Yeah.
What is?
Yeah, it's just
I know it's looked down upon.
I mean, but only recently in America itself have tattoos been allowed to be more shown in workplace as well.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna mention that too.
Yeah.
So when I was tutoring in Korea, I had to have my arms covered up because I have them down to my wrist. So I was like that, but my professional job here, I can wear like a tank top and show all my tattoos on my arms, and that's fine. But like, it's just a development phase.
In Monster X news, Shonu undergoes emergency surgery for retinal detachment. Ooh, that does not sound good at all.
I'm gonna Google that right now.
Right,
yeah.
What's retinal attachment?
Attachment.
I'm looking it up.
In the article, they explain like about what happened.
It's about the eye.
So Starship Entertainment released a statement saying that Shonu was undergoing a preliminary examination at the offices to undergo LASIK surgery scheduled for a second, and after a thorough examination, it was found that there was something wrong with his retina, and he had to go surgery this afternoon.
It causes vision loss, and it's basically like the thing pulls away from your blood vessels.
Yeah,
I'm reading. So yeah, so he probably went in for an eye exam, and they
noticed it. Yeah,
they just
didn't another idol within the last couple of years have the same thing?
Was it? Wasn't
it one of the newer groups? I thought it was.
I know of, but not like literal eye surgeries where it causes about like the retina.
Surgeries like that are pretty common. I don't know necessarily what would cause it to happen, but with
they don't really specifically say like what happened. It's just like something was wrong with his retina after another examination.
I don't know. I would only assume like intense workouts and like a lot of flashing lights during recordings. Maybe I don't know.
Recording shows.
Mari, it was Vix's Hyuk also had the same issue.
That's who it was.
August of 2019.
Yep, because that was pretty recent. Because I remember him posting on Instagram, and because I believe one of his pictures he had his eye patch on, and everyone was edgy, and everyone was wishing him well. And I think one of the common causes, at least in the idol industry, is like what Alex said: intense workouts, flashing lights, just a lot of eye strain.
Mm-hmm.
And think about how many concerts that Monsta X has been doing right now, because they just did Fantasia.
Yeah, for their promotion.
So, obviously, we wish him well. Like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's recovering at this moment right now.
Yeah,
So
Right.
we just hope he doesn't lose his eye.
stay in
from it.
bed.
Don't lose an eye,
Shonen,
buddy.
Get better, Shonu.
Not
Yeah.
too much TV.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Please
Sleep.
rest well, Shonen. Sorry. I'm just looking at the causing of retinal detachment.
And it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, it's quite rare. My bad. Apparently, so I feel bad for Shonen. I hope he gets better.
In former
I'm
prison
ex-
news, remember Xiyoung signs with a new agency.
Oh,
I'm excited.
Fresh
I
start.
missed her.
So on July 3rd, she is now under Soo Young Kang Entertainment, and she has signed an exclusive contract with the agency as of today.
Okay.
And
I'm
they pretty
so
much
happy
just
for her.
yeah, like dude, like if you like know her, she's been this like whole like business thing, just like for training for like 10 years.
She has been. She was under Pledis for a
Pledis.
long time. She was
For
around when
10
after
years.
school was basically active, and she was in. Yeah, she's been in the industry for quite a long time.
Yeah, in terms of training, she's been in there like for a while, and then we all know what happened in prison after that, and that really sucked for everyone when we
R.I.P.
heard about that.
I'm sad.
I really liked prison; like they really had potential. It was just their
We
company
still
that
feel
they're
for
under.
them.
It
I
was just their
miss
company
them.
that didn't promote them well enough.
I mean, at least they're a subsidiary of Big Hit, so
Hopefully
Yeah.
things get
things are getting
better.
better.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
for
like
sure.
for Xion, I feel like she finally figured out, like, hey, being here is not what she needed, because I believe when she left, she literally didn't know what to do, because she spent, more than half of her life training, and she was like, she can't just be a normal person, you feel? Because then all of her years would have gone to waste. So I feel like she went to go find out this new agency to figure out, like, what to do with her life. And
She took basically, she kind of took a break to find herself, to see what she wanted to do now.
Yeah, she graduated from school. She graduated from school. That I remembered.
Yeah.
So that's good for her. We just hope that she just does well in this new company, and they have high hopes and plans for the future for her.
Give
Let's
her the
hope
promotion
she
desires.
Yeah, give the
just get
girl
what she deserves.
what she deserves.
Personally, I hope she's not getting treated like Nayeon from Kristen, who also moved to a different entertainment, because she's not really doing anything other than modeling.
I think she's not doing model. She's just doing modeling right now. But
I feel like obviously as a rapper she has more potential, and the same thing for Hinapia. I think that's how you pronounce it. They haven't done anything in a year, and they're now like opening their private Instagrams back up to the public. Like they're now being active on their regular Instagrams, which kind of makes me kind of like iffy. Like, are they gonna come back, or is Hinapia just a one-time deal and they're done? Like, what's happening to the members of Kristen? The only one that's actually doing anything is Kyla, and she just released her like debut solo, which is
you could say that. Just the first like mini album that she produced. So, about AOA, this has been a hot topic like just today, and so many things have been coming out recently. So, former AOA member Mina posts allegations detailing years of harassment from Jimin, pretty much. And Queen, you said you wanted to really like talk about this, of what you saw.
Okay. As someone, I wasn't the biggest stan of AOA. I know Lena was a really big stan of AOA, okay?
Yeah.
And seeing this was shocking, but also not the most shocking, because AOA didn't have the best chemistry. And Jimin was obviously one of the more popular members. Even, like, yes, she was the leader, but I feel like what she did to Mina was literally the worst thing she could have done as a leader.
Yeah,
and Jimin,
so,
she shouldn't have.
What kind of bullying was happening? I'm not the biggest AOA fan.
So, okay.
Lena.
Okay. So, I read all the articles basically, and so basically, it's been mostly verbal abuse towards Mina. As someone who was a Mina stan back then when she was in the group, it was very hard to read actually, because like it hurt me to know that, a leader like Jimin was, treating her member like this. And like mostly it's been what I read, it was verbal abuse, and I think
No,
maybe
nothing about
physical.
nothing about
No, it's
physical.
just verbal.
The only
Verbal
physical
and-
the only physical
It-
thing she done was just herself with her wrists.
It's kind of also like, I think Jimin at least hit her like a few times, but not all the time. It was just mostly verbal abuse and just bullying in general.
Yeah. So pretty much like back then when like they were so active back then, she was just like
Yeah, it all started when they were trainees too. Basically, Jimin would like just call. I don't remember.
basically just like some mean things
So-
she would say to Mina.
Mean things, basically.
Jimin would literally call Mina fat, and when she was literally on a diet, Jimin would literally say, "Hey, you're getting a little bit too skinny. Can you eat something? I'm getting uneasy," stuff like that. And not only that, but another thing that Jimin did was being hypocritical, especially about when Jimin's dad died in 2019, I believe, something like that. Well, Jimin's dad died. Well, Mina stayed quiet because she understood how Jimin was probably feeling at the time and didn't want to burden her. Sorry. But when AOA Mina's died, what did Jimin do? Literally abuse, like say stuff like, "Why are you crying? This isn't the time to cry. You are gonna make the other members worry about you," which made Mina feel very self-conscious about her feelings towards everything that she was feeling at the moment. She literally stopped seeing her dad because it was affecting the group's activities, and she didn't want to disappoint the groups and the fans. She stopped seeing her dad when he had cancer and was dying. She knew that he was on his last days and was unable to see him because she didn't want to disappoint anyone. And if she did, she knew that AOA Jimin would say something about it. And she was afraid, so afraid that she didn't want to see her dad before he passed away, which made me so upset. Because imagine if you're in that situation where you're like someone close to you is dying and you were so scared of being badmouthed by someone that you wouldn't want to see someone close to you basically on their last days of living. Like that literally hurt me to read. And I think AOA Jimin did to her was unforgivable. And I understand.
It's definitely a trauma thing that Mina's not gonna forget for a long time. And because of all that was going on, she developed stuff like depression, anxiety, and to the point where she had suicidal thoughts too. And all this stuff was
not only did she have suicidal thoughts, she literally tried to kill herself. She took around 200 sleeping pills because of AOA's Jimin. She said in her Instagram thing, she had thoughts of writing Shin Jimin on a piece of paper if she died, like as a suicide note, just her name. So then people know she's the reason why she wanted to die, which I think
it's so sad.
Another thing.
No, go ahead, Lena.
Oh, okay. So when I remember reading the article is that during the time when Mina's father was like in the last stage of cancer, and like he was about to die and stuff, he wasn't able to talk, and like Mina's older sister was there with him, and like she kept calling Mina. It's like dad wants to see you, dad like really wants to see you. And like it came to the point where her father like wrote on a notepad that asking where his daughter was. And like I was just like, I could never, like, it's just really sad to just like hear that. And that for Mina's sake as well, it's really heartbreaking too. Like I'm trying to hold back tears, actually. I'm gonna cry.
I'm trying not to cry too, because
it's
coming
very
from
sad.
It is because so my mom passed away when I was little, and I was one of those kids that was bullied a lot for their parent dying. It's not, a lot of people don't understand until it happens to them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't understand what it's like losing your parents, and you'll never, like, when it finally happens, it's heartbreaking. And the fact that she was bullied into not seeing her dying father, like,
it just really shows her, like Jimin's like true character outside
Yeah.
like
Right.
idol life.
but I noticed there was a lot of tension between the group. I didn't know exactly what was going on. But when it's getting to the point where you're bullying someone because a parent is dead or dying, I personally think they should have left AOA. Like, Mina should have left AOA for her own mental health. Or, excuse me, they should have booted Jimin out, or AOA should have disbanded personally. Because if it's getting someone's thinking about suicide, we've already lost Jonghyun, Hara, Sully. We've lost too many.
Another thing that Mina actually did try to do, she literally told their company, what is it, FNC, Lena?
Yeah, it's FNC. She told their company, and like they didn't listen to her, and like they were just like snubbing her off basically, and like the fact that FNC made her promote as well. This is during a comeback too. Made her promote while her father was on his deathbed basically. That's another thing too. That's also a fault with FNC and like both Jimin as well.
That kind of ties into the mental health awareness in Korea, because going back to Jonghyun's death, when he was trying to talk to his doctor, they refused to treat him for his depression. And basically told him it's all in his head. It's not real. Just be happy. It's literally like telling someone who's sad to drink water, you'll feel better. And the result of that, we already know how that happened.
Another thing, not to sympathize with Jimin or anything, but in AOA's, like in Mina's Instagram post, she talked about how Jimin literally came out with having depression, having to take all these pills. But Mina was like, but you're also the reason why I'm unhappy. Why aren't you apologizing? All she wants is an apology from Jimin. And guess what Jimin gave Mina? A literal Instagram story that says false. The Korean word for false.
Like
and
fiction,
then that's what
much.
Made Mina post her scars, her self-harm scars on Instagram, because that is what Jimin did to Mina. She wanted to prove, hey, this is what you did to me. The least I want you to do is apologize, even though that won't make my depression go away, that won't make my anxiety go away. That'll at least make me feel a little bit better to know that you sincerely apologize for making me go through so much torment during my training days.
It's closure.
Exactly.
Trainee debut days until like now.
He didn't even give her that. Not even a sincere apology. Just your post is fake. Fake news. I'm a good person. Like, no.
And it makes me wonder why people like Jimin are idols.
I mean,
like, their fans look up to them. They're supposed to be role models.
Yeah, I wonder how common it actually is, the bullying scandal in the idol industry. We've heard it in the past with Tiara, for example, with Hwayeon coming out about all that. I know Super Junior have even talked about how it was rough to have new members come in, but they've moved past that. But they still said, hey, we messed up when we were younger to like younger members like Kyuhyun and stuff. So I don't know. It's just like, it's like, oh, this is obvious a thing that's happening in the industry, but what's being done to prevent it doesn't seem like there's nothing happening in that standpoint.
Yeah.
And there was also like kind of undergrounds where people kind of thought something was wrong with Jimin, mainly because Choa, someone who left AOA mainly because she was depressed and she had very major anxiety. She followed every AOA member except for Jimin, which is the same thing Mina did. So
it makes you wonder if Jimin bullied her too.
Yes.
Yeah. It makes you wonder how Jimin treated the rest of the members. Like on the, from the camera's sake, it looks fine and stuff, but like,
or if any of the other members contributed to the bullying.
Yeah, you never know behind the scenes, basically.
Yeah. Actually, there's an update, like a couple hours later, saying that Mina revealed that all the AOA members, including Jimin, came to her house, and she just talked to Jimin about everything she felt over the years. So I guess you could say it's like, I guess she apologized, but not really. They just talked about it at her place, I guess.
It sounds like they just let her put it all out on the table.
Yeah,
I feel like Jimin wanted, like, she said sorry just to make her shut up. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if your mom is mad at you for something and she wanted you to do a little thing, you would probably do it just to make her stop nagging, don't you think? I feel like this is what Jimin did to make Mina stop, to make her stop looking so bad online. I feel like that's...
And all this information is on Mina's personal Instagram. And they're very long paragraphs of like each black screen that she posted. And just reading it, it really...
It sounds a lot of, oh, I did you wrong, and I'm either not gonna apologize and you're gonna deal with it, or I'm gonna apologize and then not carry with my actions. We talked a lot about a lot of serious stuff, especially going on with AOA members. To add on that, if you are ever in that kind of situation, please reach out for help. There's always someone out there that loves you. There is hotlines for these kind of things, and never be afraid to speak out for your problems. And if you're one of those people that puts people down simply because they are depressed, you don't deserve to have friends.
And that's the conclusion. That's it. So once again, we are Daybreak. This was our very first podcast, and good night. That was Daybreak News.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.